guys? Welcome back to episode 6 of my Detroit Tigers Out of the Park series. In today's episode, we're going to be jumping straight into the off-season, the most exciting part of any Out of the Park series. First, we're going to be looking at my inbox here, and we're going to be checking out all the different notifications we got. So first, we have the option on Shane Green, which I'm going to get back to. Next, we have our owner getting back to us with all the goals we had this season. So basically, he said you didn't meet the requirement of not sucking, which is understandable because we sucked. We did acquire a team leader, Freddie Galvis, so he's happy about that. The long-term goal of making the playoffs in a few seasons is still going on, so there's no news there. He gave us a new list of stuff going forward. Don't completely suck, increase the attendance he wants us to do, which is going to be interesting. Have a final total balance of 16 mil. I don't know how possible that is. Bring more of your drafted players to your team. We're probably going to do that, so hopefully we get that done. Keep building your team up in order to reach the playoffs in the next 6 seasons. That's not really even a goal for this season, but I'll keep that in mind. Next, we have the new budget. And as you saw in the start of the video, lots of pain there. This is even worse. I'm pretty sure this budget is lower than last season's. And if we go to our front office, it says we have no money for free agents or extensions. And our projected budget room is negative $5.5 million. So that doesn't help at all. And Miggy still has not retired, according to my notifications here. So it doesn't look like we're going to have that money freed up at all. So we'll see what we can do with what money we have. We don't have any money. So we'll make it work, I guess. And then we have a couple guys retiring, staff member retiring. This is where it gets so exciting here. Just take a look at the top 10 prospects here. Riley Green is the top prospect in baseball. You go down to number 4. Spencer Torkelson is the 4th best prospect in baseball. Go down to number 8. We have Jack Leiter coming in at the 8th spot in the top 10 ranking. Now, one thing that's a little weird is we go to top minor league system report, and it's in a different order of what they're ranked as. So Riley Green's 2nd here, and then Torkelson's 8, and 16, and 17 for this guy. I don't know why that's different, but we have the number 1 system in all of baseball right now. I'm so glad Jack Leiter's getting the recognition he deserves now as a top prospect. That's really exciting for me, and I'm so happy that all the other guys are getting the praise they deserve as well. So Franco's still the number 1 prospect on this one, but this different one shows Riley Green as top prospect. If anybody knows why this is different than this one, let me know in the comments, because I'm really interested to know why, but I'm really excited that our system is now number 1, because I've been thinking it is a number 1 system. We have so many top guys. Now, that's probably going to change, once these guys get called up. We don't have too much besides our top 4 guys, but it's exciting. It shows that it gives us something to look forward to, at least. But besides that, I think I'm just going to have to cut until we are negotiating contracts or until we make a move of some sort. Real fast, I'll show you. Toronto fired their manager, Mariners fired, and Arizona fired their GM. I meant to say GM. So at least we weren't one of the GMs that got fired, so we can celebrate that at least. Yay. But I'm not too happy about the season. It's not going to be that much fun with a negative $5 million budget to work with this offseason. I'm going to have to figure something out, but for now, I will come back whenever I have something exciting or we're making some sort of move. I forgot to go over what I'm going to do with Shane Green, but I think we are going to execute his option. Even though it's kind of a lot considering our budget, he's worth it. We can always trade him too. We can take a look at his stats. He was good for us. His FIP even indicates that he should have been better. So we're going to keep him. We're just going to keep him for this season. We're probably going to flip him. He's not really young enough to be a part of what we want a year from now, maybe even 2 years from now. But for now, we're executing his option, and I'll be back again when we're making other moves and or something exciting happens. Alright, here we are looking at our staff here, and our scouting director actually retired once the offseason hit, so we're going to be getting a new one, and this guy's actually way better. Rob Dibble here, he has outstanding, legendary. He has no experience, though, which is interesting. So we're going to pick him up. I'm going to give him whatever he wants. He wants that, yep, we're going to give it to you. I don't care how much it is. He's going to be a big scout for us, which I'm really happy that we actually have a good scout, even the last guy was kind of just average, I think. So that's good. So we have that figured out. We've only been like 2 days since I last was talking to you guys, so I'll be back, next time something exciting happens. Evan White wins a Gold Glove. Alright, here we are at the arbitration screen here. We have all of our eligible guys here, and I've already gone through and skipped a few little bits. So these 3 guys right here that have the withdraw over here already selected. Those 3 guys we're going to get rid of. We're not even going to try and, get them. He's 34. He's in AAA. I don't even think he was on. He did get 22 games, but he's not going to be a part of the roster next season. I don't want to try and pay him. I don't even want to try and, have him on the minor league team. Buck Farmer, we're not going to try and bring back either. He's 30-year-old relief pitcher. We have enough of those. He wasn't good whenever he got called up. He's already probably going to ask him for more than $1 million. $1 million's a lot for us with such a small budget. And then Jose here, 32. He's not that great. We're just not going to try and re-sign him at all. Now, there's a couple interesting pieces here. So, Joe Jimenez, this is what the auto number was for our team offer. It's kind of high, but he's 26 and he has 2.5 star potential, so he can get a little better. He got a 5.01 ERA last season. We can actually take a look at his stats just a little bit more. He had a FIP 5.67. His FIP minus was high. Not a great look there. It's just a little bit of money. Over $1 million. Anything for us is something to take a look at. Michael Fulmer here, though, the auto-generated number here, $4 million is a lot of money. He's a 2.5 star, 28-year-old starting or relief pitcher, and this is one that I'm probably just going to withdraw out of as well, because we do have a lot of relief arms that are younger, and we wouldn't have to pay $3 million, $4 million to, and he wasn't even good for us. He hasn't been good in real life either, apparently, if you look at his past stats there. So I think we're just going to withdraw on both of these guys. Not even bother. I don't care if we would get them for $1. I just don't really want them on the team at this point. We just need our young guys to get called up, get that time. We might get a few vets to come in that actually have value that we can trade away. Beyond that, it gets into a little bit more interesting, like Jacoby Jones. He's kind of an interesting player I might want to keep. I'm not sure what I want to do with the outfield yet. Victor Reyes, we're going to keep more than likely if he's willing to do the $1 million, if we can get that. He's a good little outfield piece. He can play all the positions, even if he sits in AAA. For that price, it's, I'm fine with that. Let's go to Grayson here. He has 2-star overall, 2-star potential, decent catcher. He could be a backup catcher for us, I guess. He has the defense. I'm willing to do that for 1 year at this price. I think we're going to keep him there. Renato Nunez here, first baseman, 27. He actually was decent for us. He got a few at-bats here and there. He wasn't – we have Evan White, we have Miggy, so he didn't see too much time. He got a lot of at-bats, but I'm surprised he got that many at-bats, actually. But he wasn't bad. I might bring him back just in case we need some more filler, I guess. He can also play third base a little bit, which maybe is where he got some time too when our guys retired. So yeah, we're probably just going to offer that to him. Anything below $1 million, we're definitely considering for sure. Nico here is interesting. I think I picked him up on the waiver wire at some point to take over that shortstop position. I'm not sure what I want to do with him. He's 29, and this is the auto-generated number. He's probably going to want over $2 million. It's going to be decided over $2 million, so I'm not sure what to do. I think we're going to withdraw from him as well. We just want to have as much money as we can to try and get the guys I want in that can actually help this team. because at the end of the day, he's a filler for us. So we can go find a filler that's cheaper. Not I don't know how much cheaper though, because it's not like he wants a giant bag or anything, or the arbitration's not gonna make us pay him X amount of money. That's way too much. But like, we just need as much money, and that makes me think Jacoby Jones might not be. We might just withdraw from him too. We're withdrawing from a lot of guys, and I know it's kind of like weird, but we just don't have any money. And I know we have the guys. Like, let's take a look at the lineups in depth here. So we have Trey Harris, we have Derek Hill, we're gonna hopefully get back Victor Reyes, and then we go into down here. We have Cespedes, we have all of our outfield prospects still. We have plenty of guys that we can call up to play the outfield for us. I'm sure we have guys that can play shortstop for us, even if we don't go out and sign like an old guy that can just fill in. We even have Domingo Leyba here. I don't know how he got on the roster, for being honest. I don't remember bringing him on the roster. I guess he was just a filler as well. But we have plenty of guys to fill in. We don't need to pay, anything above $1 million for any of the guys that aren't going to be a part of the future. Like, Victor Reyes is right at $1 million. We're probably going to bring that down, honestly, but right at $1 million for the auto-generated number. It's fine with me to pay him that much just because he has the flexibility. He's been on the team. He's even a switch hitter too, which really helps, with the lineups. So yeah, these are the 4 guys we're gonna offer, or we're gonna try and bring back in arbitration. I'm gonna lower the numbers on these, and then whenever their hearings come, that's when we'll, I'll show you how much we ended up paying them or whether we won or lost it. If we move down here to pending free agents, Derek Holland, we're not going to be doing that. Not even a question. These guys, they're going to leave. Fine with that. Minor league free agents. I don't think I care about any of these guys leaving. Let me see. Yeah. No, none of these guys are a big deal to me. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'll be back whenever their hearings are done and we find out how much we're going to end up paying them. And I'll see you then. Here we are with the salary arbitration results. And they went great for us because we won every single one of them. We get Grayson here for $600,000. He wanted 1.4. I'm so happy that every single one of these went the way we wanted it to, because it could have went opposite and it would have been not as big of a deal because it's probably only like a couple million difference, but I'm so happy. So we get Grayson for $600,000. We get Spencer Turnbull for $750,000. We get Victor Reyes for $800,000. We get Renato Nunez for $700,000. Super excited with all of that. That's perfect. I'm not sure if that affects our budget. It does affect our budget, which is perfect. I was hoping it would. So now we have $9 million for free agents and $7.8 for extensions. I'm gonna be trying to find a way to get rid of Miguel Cabrera. I'm gonna do everything. I don't care if it means trading, I don't know who. I want him gone, though. I want money. We need money to make some moves, and he has all of the money for this team. He makes more. I'm pretty sure he takes up half of the money for the team right now. Like, we have $73 million payroll, and he makes 30. That's ridiculous. So I'm gonna try and move him no matter what it takes, pretty much, and we're gonna try and get him off our books. I doubt it's gonna happen. It's a very, very hard task. That's a video in itself, is trying to trade Miguel Cabrera away. But I'll be back when something exciting happens or when we make a move. All right, we're back. Trading Miguel Cabrera was a massive failure. There was nothing I could do to get rid of him. I even tried retaining up to 85% of his contract, and we couldn't open up any budget at all in order to sign more free agents. So this is what we're working with. We're working with, looks like $12.5 million here to make some moves. I'm going to go over real quick what I'm trying to do. I'm not really sure if that money is going to be able to do anything. So I think our bullpen is set. We have tons and tons of arms here. Like, if you see here, this is what our manager did whenever he did the bullpen. Shane Green's a long relief now, so we have plenty of arms in our bullpen, and that's kind of unfortunate because those are the cheapest to get in free agency. But pitching side is where it's a little interesting. So we have Matt Manning, Casey Mize, Spencer Turnbull, Daniel Norris, Tukey here. That's kind of I'm fine with. If we don't touch starting pitching this offseason, I won't be that upset. I would like to maybe get one more arm because if you look at our minors, we don't really have... We have a lot of starting pitching, but it's not good. It's not guys I really am excited to call up. Jack Leiter's all the way down here. Maybe we see him this year, depending on what he does, but I really doubt it. There's not anybody I'm excited about on the starting pitching side. Maybe if Kyle Muller does good, maybe he gets called up. But, yeah, I'm not... Maybe a starting arm is what I'm looking at. But what I'm really looking at is middle infielders. So, right now we have that first baseman that we got, or that we re-signed through arbitration. He's playing second base according to AJ Hinch. And then we have Leyba here playing shortstop, who actually he should be playing second base for us. That's a big issue for me. We have our outfielders set for this year. These are the guys we're going with to start the year. I'm excited with them. They all can play pretty good defense, 16 above. Even Victor Reyes can play good defense. That's what I'm looking for. Austin Riley, he's our third baseman. Evan White's our first baseman. Miggy's going to be our DH because he's going to play if he's on our team. His contract is too big. If he's not going to play, I would rather just cut him. I'd rather not see his face here. But he's going to be our DH, hopefully. Cal's going to be our catcher, assuming he still does good and we don't have to call him down. But we really need at least a shortstop, maybe both middle infield positions. There's not really anybody that great that I know of that is affordable for us. So, we can't even afford the top, 8 guys here? We have to go down to, Brandon Crawford, who we traded away halfway through the season and stuff. There's a few guys that are interesting, we could take a chance on Addison Russell here. I really want a defensive shortstop, though, if we're going to be signing someone to just fill in. Defense is what we need. Our pitching needs help on the defensive end, so it might end up being a guy that can play good defense, and whether or not his bat is good, I don't really care. He just needs to be able to field the ball cleanly and get the out. That's all we need from any guy that we sign, basically, because we don't have the budget to go out and get a Lindor or a Correa, even an Andrelton Simmons. Maybe we splash on him, splash in air quotes, because we can't give him what he wants. But he wouldn't be bad, actually, in the big picture here for a one-season rental. But I don't think we're going to be able to get him. That's our whole budget gone, and I want to make a few moves that can help us. So I'll be back when I decide on which moves I'm going to make, or whenever we've signed someone. All right, guys, here we go. Here's our first offer, at least. We're going to be offering a contract to Chris Bryant, and I know I'm gonna say this first before we get into what we're offering. I know he's a third baseman, and I know we already have Austin Riley. But if we can get him for this price, I am going to figure it out. We're going to figure out who plays where. We might have to move someone to left or right field here, but if we can get him for this price, I'm going to be so excited. So we're going to offer $5.5 million for 4 years, and I think a big part of this is the player opt out after this first year. So if he performs really well, gets his value up, he can opt out. That's a big part of the contract for him. But if he doesn't, he has a secure contract for the next 4 years, so I think and he also has a player option in the 4th year. I didn't add that, but it's gonna be a good contract regardless. Even if he only comes and halfway performs like he has been, sort of, I think it's gonna work out. We're gonna submit it, and I'm gonna get back whenever whenever I'm making another offer or he gets back to us. But 4 years, $22 million. For Chris Bryant, if we can get him back, he's only 30. He's literally 30, and he's going to be a big bat for us, maybe even for the future. Maybe we can even try moving him to, second base or shortstop. We'll see, but I'm really excited about this. I'm hoping nobody tries to offer him more and steal him away, but I'll be back whenever we're offering another offer to someone, or we're hearing back from him about our offer here. All right, we're back, and I've made a very interesting move/trade idea here. I was looking at the trading block because we're not able to sign too many free agents, so I'm seeing who we can bring in that is going to help us now or even in the future. There's a lot of big names here. You have Nick Ahmed, Sonny Gray, Joey Gallo, Trey Mancini even. There's a lot of names on here that I liked, and I tried, trading for so many of these guys. But the last guy I just tried trading for was Sonny Gray here. And I'm actually very interested in the trade I came up with. So it starts with Kyle Muller, Christian Santana, and then if we go to our active roster, we have Renato Nunez. And then they retain, I believe I got it up to 85%. Yeah, 85% of his contract. So we're only having to pay, like $1 million or so for him for this season. Then he has a team option next year. And we're giving up Kyle Muller, who I'm kind of giving up on at this point. He's not looking like anything that great. He hasn't put up numbers in AA even. His FIP minus is, about average, but in AA it's not anything special to be average. We're also giving up a player that's on our team now, but I don't think he really is needed. I brought him back because he was good enough to be on the roster, but I don't think he's going to be a part of our team next year anyway. So giving up is fine with me. The big piece we're giving up that's going to really maybe come back to bite us is giving up Christian Santana, a shortstop prospect. He's only 18, and OSA says he has a 3.5-star potential, or head scout saying 3. He has decent potential stats here. In single A, he had a 218 average though, which isn't great. He's so young though, so you don't really know what you're going to get from him, but being able to acquire a potential ace, let's look at his pitching stats from last year. So he had 4.0 ERA basically, 4.22 FIP. His FIP minus was above average. He had 196 strikeouts and 193 innings. He went 14-9. He's at least a second-best pitcher on a team. If not, he's going to be the first on our team. He's going to be our opening day starter if we decide to acquire him. And we're only dropping not even $1 million in our total available money, which is perfect for everything I want. I'm actually going to try something real fast. I wonder if we can actually acquire some cash from them. Let's try and acquire basically all that they have. Then let's go ahead back to the roster. Sonny Gray. 85. Okay, so now they're questioning it, which is kind of not what I want. Well, let's see what else we can give up in order. Okay, so if we gave up, I'm very tempted to give up this guy right here. 2-star potential, 1.5 star. He's 18. He doesn't look great. Let's see what OSA has to say. OSA is saying the same thing. I'm kind of tempted to do that because then our money would improve by almost $2 million to acquire an ace for guys that aren't even in my head and going to be a part of the team ever. I think we're going to do it. Yeah, let's complete this trade. There we go. We just acquired our brand new ace, Sonny Gray. Yes, it's not the biggest starting pitcher in Major League Baseball, but he is going to be our new ace on this team. Let's go ahead and bring him to the roster. There we go. He's going to slot right in, I imagine, to the starting pitching role. So now we have Sonny Gray, Matt Manning, Casey Mize, our starting top 3, and a very solid rotation, if I might say so. He's 32, so he might start to regress a little bit, but hopefully, we've seen with starting pitchers, they tend to regress a little bit less than, hitters. So hopefully he can keep it up for at least the rest of his contract if we decide to accept that team option next year. I'm really hoping that it works out, though, because, I mean, we didn't really give up that much, so it's not like it's a big gamble here. It's not like we gave up Torkelson for him or something, like, we're just giving up not much. So I'm really excited about that trade. I think I'm going to turn the offseason into a 2-part episode because the video is already kind of getting a little long here, and we still have plenty of free agents. We still have plenty of trades to make probably. I really like that trade, so I think that's a good way to cap off the episode. So if you like the trade, leave a comment whether or not you liked it, and then also leave a like if you liked it. I'm really excited to start the season with that top 3 rotation. That's really exciting for me. I'm really excited to see if Chris Bryant signs with us next episode. I'm really excited to see what other trades we can do. I mean, just look at the trading block here. There's plenty of guys here that I'm really interested in. Plenty of guys that I think we can trade for. We might even try trading away some guys for cash. I mean, some teams have, up to $10 million in cash, and then that would really help us potentially even sign a free agent. I still have to look into all that. But we're going to be doing that in part 2 of the offseason. So please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment with what you think we should do next episode and what you thought of this episode. And until then, thanks for watching.